Two words for you.
Gavin Evans and Marcus Frank.
Must-see TV.
That's more than 2 words.
You didn't say 2 words. You said quick to the point.
You just said I got 2 words.
Courtside, I'm your host, Marcus Frank, here with my co-host.
Gavin Evans.
Gavin, great All-Star game, All-Star weekend yesterday.
Yeah, I think definitely one of the best All-Star games of the past, 5-ish years.
Yeah. Tourneyman Adam Silver came in with the World v USA tournament. Really great addition. Guys looked really competitive out there.
And the USA
really
came out on
exciting.
top.
Yeah,
Let's go USA.
Stars beat the Stripes. It was basically like the youngins versus the unks. The Stripes was like LeBron, KD, Kawhi. The Stars was like Ant, Jalen Duren, all the young guys.
Tyrese Maxey,
yeah,
those
Maxey.
guys, yeah. But, I mean, I think we got to talk about, one of your favorite players.
Yeah, Kawhi in the game versus the Team World.
I think Team World, yeah.
He dropped 31 points in 1 quarter, 12 minutes. Shout out to my cousin Katie. She was there courtside. She saw that. I mean, Kawhi, he's really showing how he's persevered through all this adversity, through all the injuries, all the playoff struggles that he and the Clippers have gone through these past couple years. He's back. He's having the best season of his career, and it's crazy he almost didn't make the All-Star team, right? Because initially,
yeah, I mean, he was
off.
a replacement.
Yeah, he was a replacement, and he was arguably he should have won the MVP. I think.
Yeah,
arguably.
I don't really know why Ant won MVP. I think Kawhi deserved it just off that.
I mean,
performance.
they did get B2A in the finals.
And I guess you do kind of have to pick an MVP from the winning team. And I think the Stars, which is the young USA players, did win, but I think Kawhi stole the show at the very least.
Yeah.
I think when we think about this, we're gonna think about Kawhi.
It was game World v Stripes. Kawhi in 12 minutes he dropped 31 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. From 11 for 13 from the field, 6 for 7 from 3. He hit the game-winning 3 over Karl Towns to ice the game. It was truly exhilarating. Gavin and I were sitting watching it. We were going crazy. I mean, he should have won, but it is what it is. In the finals, however, Team Stripes did get the belt from the Stars, 47-21. Basically everyone on the Stripes had stinkers. Kawhi only did have 1 point in the finals, triple single, and he had only 8 points. So yeah, he kind of did. It is a little dubious that he got that MVP, but yeah, really good actual All-Star game. But the rest, the dunk contest, so.
I don't even think so.
Game,
I think the dunk contest was, just atrocious.
Yeah, did you see that Jackson Hayes dunk?
I mean, he just, I don't want to diminish it because obviously we cannot dunk.
Yeah,
but for a guy who's almost 7 foot tall, you gotta show something more impressive there.
Who's that one guy that just fell on his back?
Richardson, something like that. Jace something. Who took a pretty nasty spill during the dunk contest too. It's not the same without Mac McClung,
No.
He's the only reason the dunk contest has been relevant the past
Dunker
2 years.
MVP, 3 times straight winner.
Yeah, he's up there with the dunk contest goats of Aaron Gordon, those type of guys. And
crazy Mac McClung
Yeah.
and Aaron Gordon in the same sentence.
Yeah,
I mean, it just shows you how unserious.
Yeah, it's
the dunk
not a very
contest is.
serious.
If you can't get actual stars to do it, what's the point?
Yeah.
No LeBron, no KD.
You can barely get actual stars.
No
to do
Ja
the,
doing it. No Giannis.
Yeah. And you can barely get actual stars to do the real All-Star game. You're not going to get them to compete in the dunk contest.
No, definitely. All-Star celebrity game. Team Giannis. Giannis had some beef with one of his players.
Yeah, he left Shams on the bench for most of the game after the recent drama with, Shams constantly speculating that Giannis wanted out of Milwaukee and stoking up rumors about that. So it was a little bit of like an awkward coach-player dynamic. Shams was on his phone on the bench most of the game. But
Yeah, Team
Yeah.
Giannis beat Team Anthony 65-58 with MVP Rome Flynn. Taco Fall was also on Team Giannis.
I the fact that Taco
NBA
Fall
legend
is
Taco Fall.
in the Celebrity All-Star game is like almost seems a little bit disrespectful to me, to be honest. Like that was a guy that like was in the NBA, and like I don't know, like putting him in the celeb game feels a little like weird, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, he never really made it though. He was like a G leaguer most of the time, but nice to see him return. Back to the actual All-Star game though, the actual important part. The guys were competing. We had one OT win, 2 game winners, one De'Aaron Fox game winner, one Kawhi game winner. Besides the championship game, which is a major game, it was pretty competitive the whole time throughout. I mean, and it's kind of surprising because last year they also had a similar format. It wasn't explicitly World v. America, but the teams were basically international players, old players, and young players. And then there was a fourth team. It was the winner of the Rising Stars contest. But this year they opted to not have that and have explicit USA v. World. And it really worked out well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said earlier, one of the most competitive All-Star games of the recent history.
I wonder if Adam Silver, 20 man, like went back and was like, guys, listen, if you don't play hard, like cutting the contracts.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it seemed like Kawhi did some interviews pre All-Star game, and it seemed like he didn't even really know
No.
like what the format was.
He said he
so-
wanted to go back to East v. West. I
Yeah.
saw Cade Cunningham said something similar.
But I mean, it's kind of hard to like take that seriously from these guys when
Yeah.
you weren't playing very hard in the East v West format. So why would we go back?
But Kawhi was playing hard.
Kawhi
31
yeah.
and 31 in one quarter. My goat, Kawhi. It truly is good to see him back. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, but the same doctor did Kawhi and Embiid's knees. And bless that guy, Dr. Jonathan Glasgow.
Glasgow, I think.
Glasgow, shout out.
Embiid, however, did not make the All-Star game. I think, well, absolutely, like, got snubbed. I think they probably did approach him about it, and I'd imagine he declined because he has been out for a lot of games recently with this knee injury. So I don't think he could have played in the All-Star game no matter what. But still hurts to see him get snubbed, whether or not
Yeah.
it was his choice.
Next year, they announced All-Star Game is in Phoenix.
Phoenix, okay.
Should be.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I think
the trend will continue and we'll have
Yeah.
another competitive game next
it's
year.
a pretty small list of cities that the All-Star game can be in, right? There's like a big set of requirements. You got to have a certain number of highly rated hotels, and you got to
really? I
have a
didn't know
big.
that.
I think you have to have an international airport. There's like a pretty strict and like extensive list of things you need to be able to host an All-Star game. So the list is not every team can do it. Some of the smaller market teams I don't think can. But yeah, that I think they should keep the same format for next year.
Definitely. If it worked.
If it works,
See,
stick with it.
see what happens
yeah.
again, yeah.
I think there are other changes that should be made, though. I think the dunk contest, it might be time
Really?
to put it to sleep. I think it should go to the farm upstate and live in our memories.
Put it out back. Take it out back.
Yeah, if unless you can like negotiate with some stars to get in there, it's not.
I
worth
feel
it.
like you could save it. Because it's truly
I
like
mean-
bum show. You got Jackson Hayes in the
yeah,
the
well,
dunk
you have guys
contest.
in there that are averaging like
Just
4
total
points a
bums,
game.
yeah.
It's like, but the stars don't want to be in it, and
I mean, why not? Are they afraid of getting injured? Is that what it is? Like, what's
I think
the
it's
issue?
just like the risk versus reward. Like at the end of the day, when you're talking about someone's legacy, like how much does winning a dunk contest matter? You know.
That's the issue, though. It's not all about legacy. It's
But
about
for
you
a lot
gotta
of
sell
these
the
guys,
sport,
it
though.
is,
You
you
gotta
know?
sell the sport. You're making like
They're
$50
not-
million.
Are they getting paid extra?
The
to do
reason you're
dunk
making
contest?
like $50 million is because the sport sells. A good dunk contest gets clips, viewers, and money.
But if you're some guy who's making $50 million, are you really like, I should go do this dunk contest? You're like, no, I should like enjoy my $50 million and like live it
That
up.
$50
you know?
million may not be forever if you're not selling the sport and being a bum.
I don't know. I mean, I like the dunk contest. I just think these guys don't want to play in it, and it's becoming
Yeah.
a worse and worse product every year.
It is. It is. I mean, if they can't turn it around, yeah, you're right. They should just take it out back.
And I mean, like the 3-point contest this year, by the way,
That was crazy.
the
That was
winner is
crazy.
Damian Lillard, who has not touched a basketball court in like months. He's been out the whole season. He's gonna miss the rest of the season. What, did he tear his ACL? I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
In the playoffs last year.
Yeah. When he was still with the Bucks. I'm sorry, but like
It's kind of absurd that he won it.
Like,
that he was even
Por-
participating.
Portland has like a
Low-key stacked team next
semi-contending
year.
team. If you put Dame Lillard on that team, I think they maybe even sneak like out of the play-in. Almost. I
But-
think there may be low play-in.
But we have to see what he looks like on the court. Like, he can shoot threes, but can he,
But
like, move?
It's just like
does he have speed
if you
still?
like can't move well enough, then like why are you even in the like 3-point contest? Just like stick with your rehab program and
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
it's just I don't know. The thought of a guy who has not and will not touch the floor this whole season winning the dunk contest is kind of crazy. Or not the dunk contest, the 3-point contest.
Celebrity 3-point contest winner, your guy, or your ex-guy, sorry, Jared McCain.
Yeah.
That was crazy that he was participating in that.
Man.
TikToker, full-time TikToker, part-time NBA,
NBA
player,
player.
Jared McCain.
I mean, who else was in the celebrity one? It was, I think, the only other like real contestant was what's his name? Richard Jefferson.
Oh, yeah, that's
Um,
right.
Because
No more Kevin Hart.
Drewski was in there. Like we're being real, bro. Drewski is not winning the celebrity 3-point contest over actual NBA players. You know, so like,
Yeah, Jared McCain is kind of a crazy inclusion.
yeah, that's yeah. I mean, that's a little bit like putting, 7'8" like 8 Taco Fall in the celebrity like
All-Star
game.
yeah,
Like
that's
you're just there's levels to it. You know. Anything else interesting happened this All-Star weekend?
guys sitting out, I think. Still,
Yeah, I
that's
think-
a little shameful.
Yeah,
Jokic,
like Luka. I think Luka got a DNP.
Luka was looking husky on that bench,
Yeah,
Gavin.
but I think it was.
He was
pretty bad.
looking. I thought we were getting skinny Luka this season, but Luka discovered that California Mexican.
food. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, and I mean he got a coach's DNP in the championship game, right? I don't think he played.
Or no, he didn't play. They lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the belt.
Maybe they don't
Team
lose
World.
if Luka Doncic is playing for them and not just sitting on the bench.
Yeah,
you know?
and Giannis and Shea were out also for Team World.
Yeah.
With injuries though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
Jokic had 0 points, 2 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks in the game versus the Stars. And in the game versus the Stripes, Jokic had... Oh, Jokic didn't even play versus the Stripes, actually, so...
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
a lot of just stars sitting during the game.
Wemby brought the heat, though, also. That's another reason
Yeah,
why I think
Wemby was
because Wemby
tryharding
last
this,
year
like-
Wemby also tryharded. I remember. So, I think a lot of the young guys bring some life
Yeah.
into the game.
Yeah. It's
A lot of
good
guys
point.
have chips on their shoulders. I think.
I think a
also.
lot of these older guys, like, what are we playing for? You know,
Yeah.
like LeBron. I mean, he's been to how many of these? Like 21. Actually, just saw he has a record 11 All-Star game championship game, but before when it was just East-West losses, which is the most of any player in history.
Wow, the LeBron glaze goes really far. We're glazing how many times he's lost, Gavin?
I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to think about. He has the most losses in history, but just because he's been there so many times, you know. I'm just saying, you know. This is kind of like 4-6 in the finals, but he did go to the finals like 10 times. That you have to give him credit for something.
Do what you gotta
that way.
do.
I'm just saying.
Do what you
bro.
gotta do for your.
We all
goat.
saw what MJ was doing at the Daytona 500, bro. Let's not.
MJ won a ring before LeBron. That's all I
MJ
have
got
to
a
say.
seventh
MJ got
ring
his 7th ring before
on
LeBron
Sunday
got
as well.
his 5th.
His team won the Daytona 500. Tyler
He was
Reddick
wilding
as well,
out.
Yeah.
But he is. Just look it up. We won't get into the details.
Yeah, but anyway, in I guess less but still basketball related.
KD
news,
was also playing with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah,
last
so
night.
KD looked very nervous during this All-Star game. He was constantly checking his phone before and during the game. And for those who don't know, Kevin Durant's, I guess, like Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, burner account leaked this weekend where he could be found talking trash about a lot of his current and former teammates.
Some crazy stuff
Like-
also.
like-
Stuff that we cannot.
He was
Repeat.
making some very disparaging remarks about current teammates on the Rockets, former teammates like Devin Booker on the Suns, his former coach, I think also when he was with the Suns, Frank Vogel, right?
Vogel, yeah.
And you have to wonder if this is real, which, granted, it is not confirmed, but there's
It's got to be real. It's got to be real.
yeah, there's a lot of evidence pointing against Kevin
the
Durant's
picture, he
direction
tweeted
here.
this picture of a hawk in like August 21. Then the account was made in September 21 with the same hawk as its banner. I mean, it's the
coincidence.
it's
There's a
crazy
lot of
coincidence.
coincidences,
and Kevin Durant is a Twitter warrior.
Yeah, I mean he's constantly
Like I saw
on Twitter.
someone asked him at the presser, like, would you give up Twitter or would you give up video games? And he did say Twitter, but still, the fact that that's a question,
Yeah, it says a lot.
it says a lot about his character.
And you have to wonder, even if it isn't real, which the evidence kind of is pointing to it being real, how does this mess up the Rockets' chemistry
Yeah,
right
let's
now?
look at some of these.
Um,
He said about his teammate Jabari Smith Jr., who is actually a big Kevin Durant fan. He said he's
he's
like
his
idol.
childhood idol.
I can't trust Jabari to make a shot or get a stop. He's low-key expletive that I cannot repeat on air. Coach called that play to pass to Alfie, lol. I'm going to turn the ball over with this team. ID, your franchise player can't shoot or defend. That's a way bigger issue than turnovers. Remember,
Yeah.
these guys are our future.
So these are the other stars of his team, right? Alfred Şengün, Jabari Smith Jr. is less a star, but still.
Said again, I swear I miss Ben Simmons. Least he would give me the ball. So
I think he might be the only person that has
Yeah.
ever said he misses Nets Ben Simmons. But yeah. The Rockets are already in a pretty rough spot. They're missing some guys to injury.
Fred VanVleet, Steven Adams, they've basically punted the year, it
Yeah.
seems. I saw something that said they didn't believe they could contend without Fred VanVleet, which really a little suspicious because Fred VanVleet, he's a good player, but he's not that good. So I don't
And
really know what you're doing there, but
They're lacking a point guard depth. It's not like they couldn't have gone out and gotten a point guard for cheap. I mean, Dennis
James
Schroeder
Harden.
went for super cheap. I think Tyus Jones went for pretty cheap at this deadline.
James Harden could have returned. I think Ime Udoka does not mess with Harden, but
Yeah, I
but
mean,
still, like, you're in a desperate situation. You've got Kevin Durant, who's on like a 2-3 year timeline. I don't really know why you trade Kevin Durant if you're not for Kevin Durant. If you're not
going
willing
all
to
in.
go all in.
and
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a weak year also.
the injury happened at the beginning of the year, right?
It was in the summer.
It was before the season
Yeah.
started. They had time to go out and get somebody, and instead they just hunkered down and said,
Sat on
we'll
their
try and push
hands.
through, like we are now with Reed Shepherd as the best point guard on our team, which is just crazy,
The real issue is Kevin Durant is not a passer.
Yeah,
And
He's
they
a
don't.
scorer.
Yeah, he's a scorer.
Always has
He doesn't pass well, so you're gonna turn over the ball a lot, and you have no other guards besides Reed Shepherd. So, Amin Thompson's been playing the point guard for them, and he can't
and
shoot.
he can't shoot, especially can't shoot the three, and it's a little bit just kind of what is going through the management's mind. Durant, and especially after this, might not have very much time left with this team in him.
You think he asks out? If chemistry gets really bad, do you think
we were talking about
does he
this,
complete the rainbow?
We were talking about this the other day. Seattle is having a lot of buzz around them as a potential expansion team. Kevin Durant, obviously drafted to the Seattle Supersonics. I don't think did he ever get to play a regular season game for them?
No, just
like preseason.
Yeah.
Before they relocated to Oklahoma City, now the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he really started his career, right? But if, let's say, so we're in the 25-26 season. They do all of this planning in the off season, which is what the talk is right now. So no new teams, no expansion in the 26-27 season. And then Seattle has a team for 27-28. Is that when his contract expires right now, right?
Yeah.
Or he's a player option for that year? So maybe he just declines his player option then and goes to... I mean, he's publicly expressed interest in a management or ownership role in Seattle if they get a team. So maybe he wants to go play there for the very last year or two of his career. Maybe he just asks out now to go somewhere. I mean... It all does depend on whether or not these rumors are real, to be fair.
He's in these chat groups with a bunch of random fans on Twitter, disparaging his teammates. He's just not a serious guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of a bum. I watched the starting five doc, and he's living with his mother. And granted, she's living with him, but you got no wife. We've seen those ankles, KD. Need some CeraVe.
Yeah, he did.
No
get a CeraVe
kids,
brand
living
deal
with
the
your
other day.
mom, spending all of your time on Twitter and playing video games. 2 rings, but they're fake. Let's be real. Fake rings. What's his legacy? All-time great bum? You've seen the clips of him in the club, practicing free throws. I
there's
mean,
videos of him in nightclubs practicing his shooting form.
and at weddings, that's his go-to. Shows off the handle.
Yeah. I honestly he does have 2 rings, so his legacy is going to be better than some people, but they are he did turn around and join
The greatest team of all
ever.
time.
Yeah, in the 2016 73-9 Warriors.
After they
They
beat him in the playoffs.
in the playoffs, yeah. Everyone, his legacy back then was a snake, right? I think the snake term has kind of dissipated a little bit over the years.
less salient.
Yeah, it's less prominent in the people's views of him, I think. But honestly, and especially if this ends up in a messy exit in Houston, that could kind of end up being his legacy as a guy who just ring chased, I mean, clearly ring chasing when he went to Golden State.
And
then Brooklyn
Nets.
going to join, Harden and Kyrie also felt very ring chasey. And then that obviously got blown up very quick, and he went next. The Suns.
Yeah, the Suns, who actually got better without him.
Yeah, honestly,
Last
Suns,
year they didn't even.
Well,
make the
actually, one of
playoffs.
the
This
one of
year
the
they're
leaked
probably
messages
going
with
to.
the KD thing is he was saying, from his time on the Suns, he was saying, when we lose, it's my team. When we win, it's D-Book's team, right? So, if those messages are to be taken as true, then he had some culture and other fit
But the
issues
only
there,
reason, the only people saying that are people on Twitter. KD, get off Twitter, man. If it's bothering you so
yeah,
much,
for real,
why are you on Twitter?
If you're being so bothered by what people say about
serious
whether
players
or not you win or
aren't
lose,
on social
yeah.
media beefing with fans. Kevin Durant literally beefs with fans on Twitter.
Ant-Man just said, Anthony Edwards just said during one of his All-Star weekend pressers that he hasn't been on social media for 3-4 years. For those who don't know, he had a bit of an incident around that time ago, and Anthony Edwards is not the most mature guy ever. He has some off the court issues, but if even he is willing to say you know what, I should get off of this, maybe you should too, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anything will come of it because you can just deny
Yeah.
pretty easily. Like, there's
Like,
no,
oh, you just say,
actual
oh, it's AI.
proof.
That's not real. But like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting situation.
Yeah.
Kind of was really making the rounds yesterday. Not overshadowing the All-Star game per se, but
It was at the same time.
Yeah, it
and
was really-
yeah. It was funny.
crazy like circumstances.
In other news, this is from before the All-Star weekend. There was a massive fight at
Oh,
a
yeah.
Charlotte Hornets game. It was Hornets versus Pistons, and long story short, Isaiah Stewart, Pistons enforcer, basically. Like, if there's a basketball version of like a hockey enforcer, it's Isaiah Stewart. He said after the fight, like, I'm in Detroit for one reason only, and it's to fight people.
Okay, bro.
That's what he said.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like,
I mean,
come on.
I
Beef
think
Stew,
he's
what are we
like
doing,
a
Isaiah?
trained like he
Is
like
he
fights
actually?
outside of basketball, like
Oh, damn, okay.
like he's like he like trains martial arts or something. Some other players, Isaiah Stewart 7-game
It was
suspension.
like really gnarly though.
Yeah,
like I'm surprised it
Isaiah
was
Stewart
that
left the
low.
bench to go and join the fight. You know,
So
which
yeah,
is why
it
he got
broke out
suspended.
Musa Diambante and Miles Bridges.
Mhm.
I think Musa went for a dunk. Miles like hard fouled him. Then Miles like put his hand in Musa's face, and then after that,
and it was just a big
yeah.
scrum, and
Then they were
yeah.
all like fighting.
But one of the biggest
Saw
fights we've
Miles
seen in the
like
NBA in years.
ducked
so.
someone's punch. Like Miles
Yeah.
low-key like popped
Well,
off in that.
we know Miles Bridges likes to fight, but we'll
Yeah.
leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know when the last time we saw a fight this big is. We've had some individual incidents, namely Draymond Green. He's had a few, like when he
Probably the goat of
choked out
fighting.
Rudy Gobert during a game. All those sorts of things. But in terms of just like all the players being in it, this is one of the bigger ones since, I mean, way back when, the Malice at the Palace.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah,
That
Marcus
was-
had not heard of the Malice at the Palace. For those who don't know, the biggest fight in NBA history, spilled out, even fans getting involved. This one was nowhere near that scale, but definitely one of the biggest ones since that.
Was it Gary Payton?
It was Ron Artest,
Ron Artest like
Ben
went
Wallace,
at a fan and like was beating on him. Like that was
well,
crazy.
yeah.
I'm surprised I never heard of
I mean,
that.
the Malice at the Palace had like actual like criminal convictions follow. Like people got I think they got like community service and stuff, but it actually went to court. This one's not going to do that. But yeah, that's just recap of what happened during the actual games last week since our last show. Other than that, there was one other also small fight, I think in the same night actually.
It was the next day, or
Yeah.
maybe the same.
Was it the
night.
Grizzlies? It was less important. And
Good for the league, bad for the league.
I mean, you talk about bringing attention to the league, it does that, but maybe not. If you believe that, all press is good press, then maybe. But
Yeah, probably. I mean, toughness back, but we don't need guys
yeah,
going to jail.
yeah.
So, before we get back to basketball, quick PSA. Numbers to think about: Bitcoin energy costs. A single Bitcoin transaction consumes 2,131 kilowatts of energy, which is enough to power the average U.S. household for 73 days, Gavin. Comparing its climate effects with other forms of electronic payment, a single Bitcoin transaction creates the carbon of 2,640,835 Visa transactions. A single Bitcoin transaction also generates 358 grams of electronic waste, which is equivalent to the weight of more than 2 iPhone 12s. Numbers to think about from WMFO in Medford, Tufts Educational Radio.
That is very interesting to think about, Marcus. Thank you. We got to be, protecting our environment, our trees, Yeah. So what else do we want to talk about, Marcus?
So, really big issue that has been going through the NBA, the tanking. Really, and it's been like shameless tanking. Like
I mean, like just
pulling out your
blatantly
starters
sitting
up
your
by
starters.
15,
Yeah.
pulling out your starters for the fourth quarter for a quote unquote minutes restriction.
It's pretty blatant. The Utah Jazz are probably the biggest perpetrator the right
Perpetrator.
word? They're
I'd say Utah Jazz and the Pacers.
yeah, and the Pacers
with the
and
Zubats.
I want to say the Sacramento Kings, but they are just like genuinely
Nah,
awful.
the
Like,
Sacramento
they're-
Kings is crazy because they're just they're
they're
bums.
just genuinely
Straight up.
awful and losing games.
That's the team that should be winning
yeah.
the lottery because they're just not good.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
So there have been some fines levied recently. I think the Utah Jazz got like a $500,000 fine, something like that.
500,000 for the Jazz, 100,000 for the Pacers.
But if we're being like real, the people that own these teams are multi-billionaires, you know?
Yeah, I saw a quote from Brian Windhorst on ESPN, and he said that a lot of GMs and executives have said they would sign a blank check for the chance
Yeah.
at a top 3 pick in this lottery.
I mean, yeah, these guys are multi-billionaires. 500,000 is a drop in the bucket for them. And then you think about the money you make if you get a guy like AJ DeBonsta, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer in this draft. It's I take that trade off any day of the week, you know?
100%.
It's yeah.
Yeah, the 2 games that the Jazz were fined for, it was Lauri Markkanen and Jaren Jackson did not play in the fourth quarter. It was Miami and Orlando road games. The Heat or the Magic were down by 17. They came back to win 120 to 117. But sadly for the Heat, somehow the Jazz defeated them 115 to 111. I saw Bam Adebayo said on Twitter, Instagram, like, we got to find out how to win against teams that are trying to lose against us.
Yeah, I mean that's
That's
crazy.
got to hurt, man.
Yeah. No, I mean losing to a team that is actively trying to lose is kind of crazy. But I mean right now these teams don't really have any incentive to stop tanking. So for those who don't know, the NBA works on a lottery system where the top 14 draft picks in the league are through a draft lottery assigned to the non-playoff teams. It used to be like if you had the sole worst record in the league, you had the best odds at getting the number 1 overall pick. As of 2019, I believe, the NBA implemented a flattened lottery odds system where basically the bottom few teams, I think it's 3 maybe.
The bottom 3 teams
all have the exact same odds. At
14% chance
Yeah.
for the number 1 pick.
So basically, it's to discourage those teams from trying to tank into the possession of the sole worst record. It's like there's no difference between first worst, second worst, and third worst. So it's like you can still try and win games, but it's not really been effective, to be honest.
I would somewhat disagree because the last 2
It's-
winners of the lottery were not the 4 worst teams, 3 worst teams. The Mavs had a 1.8 chance to win, and they won still.
But
I feel like teams are kind of missing the trajectory.
Here's
or,
my
the
take.
patterns.
Here's my take. I think it's better than the system before because you really could outright tank before. The problem is that you look at teams that are bad and aren't really trying to tank. The Pistons for several years. The Washington Wizards. I mean, they were kind of trying to tank, I guess, but they were just also outright really, really bad.
Yeah.
These teams end up. I mean, the Pistons had 2-3 years straight where they ended up with the 5th overall pick, right? And it's
Yeah.
not that you can't get value out of those picks, but it's that consistently the people who are getting the the number 1 overall pick or the second pick are not the worst teams in the league, and it ends up with this kind of uneven talent distribution where, obviously Cooper Flagg going to the Dallas Mavericks is the most recent one.
Also, this pick did not convey or work out well, but Zachary Risacher
to the Hawks, who were 500 basically, and
But bad
probably
pick,
worst
yeah.
first overall pick of the last 10 years. But I think the worst case is Victor Wembanyama, where the Spurs kind of did tank for him that
But
year.
they were still pretty bummed.
They were bad, but
Bad
they
team.
weren't trying to win games. And then
I'd say Cooper Flag to the Mavs.
I think
is
Cooper
probably
Flag's
the
probably the
worst.
worst.
Maybe one of the worst all time.
Yeah.
They went from making the worst trade of all time to getting one of the best prospects of the past 10 years.
Like, it's bad when you're getting like rigged lottery accusations, right? You're getting the same accusations you get when LeBron went to his hometown team in Cleveland, or when like Patrick Ewing went to the Knicks, right? Like, that's how it's like something's gone wrong.
Nico Harrison famously stated, "Fortune favors the bold," after they won that. So, yeah, I think that was a total. But I think also it just shows that tanking is not gonna always work.
Yeah.
Like 14% chance, it is better, but like when you got 1.8% teams with 1.8% odds winning, like it really dilutes the value of tanking.
And well, the system isn't great. We were talking about this, Marcus. Adam Silver and his team have reportedly been considering some other options to a draft lottery. So, do we want to run over those right now?
Yeah, so I saw there was one that Tourneyman, surprisingly, suggested a tournament for who would win the lottery.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, that's just
I just didn't understand
the
that.
ultimate tankathon.
Like
I mean,
so let's say the Clippers somehow ended up in the last spot. Would OKC, who has the swap rights to their pick, get to play? And then
Yeah.
they would just get Darren Peterson,
Yeah.
basically.
or like if the Clippers still had to play that game, what incentive do they have to play if
Yeah.
they don't even get the pick? I mean, you're asking guys to go out onto that court, and they can potentially get hurt, too. Like, they're risking their livelihoods every time they step on the court for a pick that doesn't even affect their team. Like, and
I
it-
also think,
yeah.
like, it kind of makes teams want to tank more.
Exactly. Like, it is literally just the ultimate tankathon. If, let's just say the Utah Jazz and the Sacramento Kings are playing, right? They're both going to be actively trying to lose. Maybe the way you do it is the winner gets the better pick. Is that?
Oh, no, that's what I thought it would
Oh,
be.
I was thinking,
Yeah,
like,
no, I
loser,
thought it would be
yeah.
winner. Because, like...
Oh, yeah.
and I
that
think
makes
then
more
you would
sense.
want to have good teams would tank hard.
Yeah.
So they could just, like, belt
Like,
B2A
yeah, like,
all of the teams.
I think no matter way you look at it, like, it just
Give them
doesn't
the
make
belt.
much sense. Like,
Yeah, I also saw... He said he wanted to do, like, all rookies or free agents
yeah.
coming into
So that
it,
was
which
the
I
other.
think is ridiculous.
That was the other
That'd be
proposal. Is it was suggested that they just eliminate the rookie draft altogether, and just rookies are free agents. That is, I just think, an awful idea. I mean, first off, it hurts small market teams so badly, because what's to stop some,
really rich owner.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit of like a nice sports car apartment.
I mean, what is to stop rich owners or companies too, right? Say take the New York Knicks, right? New York obviously has like trillions of dollars worth of companies that like are in New York. Why don't they just get together and say, "Hey, Cooper Flag, we'll give you like $500 million to come play for the Knicks," Same with like the LA teams like the Lakers or the Clippers, or even Boston. Like, Cooper Flag was from Maine, right? What's to stop Boston from just giving him a blank check and saying, "Come play for us," it's a non-starter. There's no way it can possibly happen, I think.
I think they just have to really like make some rule that just stops teams from pulling their guys
Yeah.
in the third quarters.
Yeah.
Because that's just ridiculous to me. I don't know if we've ever seen that really before. Like, you've seen teams like maybe sit their good players, but
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think
You
like
see
the
the-
Wizards and Jazz should be able to
Yeah.
buy at the deadline and then still be bad.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess to be fair to the Wizards, they bought guys who are out for the season.
Is Trae Young actually injured? I thought it was a fake injury.
No, he wasn't playing in
Oh,
Atlanta
I guess
when he got
MCL
traded.
sprain. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, Zubats, the Pacers traded for Zubats, and they sat him out, but he was playing before, so that
Yeah.
was just total.
Anthony Data
Hogwash.
Davis was also out for the most likely
yeah.
the season. He might
With
be
the
back
eye
at the end.
injury or just with
Everything. I mean,
yeah,
his nickname is Anthony Day to Day Davis, like or Anthony Day to Davis. Like yeah. There's not too much more to be said there. But like the Utah Jazz, they bought Jaren Jackson Jr. at the deadline. That his injury where he's out for the season, for those who don't know.
Oh yeah, that's a real thing.
That
though.
one is like actually real. It's not a fake injury. I think he is a tumor. Thankfully, it's benign.
I wonder if they
is my
did the
understanding.
MRI to see if they could find an actual injury, and then they found
Well,
something serious,
Yeah,
which is good.
I
I
don't,
mean,
I don't
like,
know if we should be speculating.
maybe
but
the
yeah.
tank worked.
So I hope he's all right
Saved-
though, and I
yeah.
hope he can get that dealt with safely.
Saves lives.
But yeah, it is.
You know what might be a way to prevent tanking? Eliminating protections. Because
Honestly,
the Jazz have like top 10 protected on their pick
Yeah,
this year.
and the Pacers, when they traded their pick to the Clippers, it's top 4 protected.
And the Thunder actually own the Jazz's pick. So the Jazz really do not want to be outside of the top 10 because then the
Yeah.
Thunder get like the 11th pick.
The
Which,
Thunder also own the Sixers pick this
Yeah.
year. They owned the Rockets.
I saw
pick
Sam
until
Presti
yeah.
and the Thunder management have actually been like some of the most vocal people against tanking.
Yeah,
which really
it
truly
annoys
shameful.
me to
truly
no
shameful.
end. I mean, it is like genuinely, how do you with a straight face and no shame go out there and complain about other teams tanking?
In 2022, they tanked.
They
did the same thing.
They did the more modern version of the Sixers process, and just were like the craziest tank for a few years. And then to go out and complain about other teams tanking just like infuriates me. I'm not gonna lie, because like you did the exact same thing, so you were in no place to complain about it. Like, it's just like shameless, honestly.
Like, it definitely is an important part of team building, especially for like these smaller market OKC Thunder, where you're not going to get a big free agent really, but it also does hurt the integrity of the sport. So I think there's a fine line to walk to manage this issue, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll figure it out. Like,
I mean, I
they
think
get
they're-
paid for the big
they're
bucks.
gonna
for a
try
reason.
something, you know. I don't think they leave the system as it is for too much longer, just with like how much signaling, you know, kind of like where there's smoke there's fire. There's been so much signaling coming out of the NBA higher ups that they want to deal with tanking, that like I doubt they leave it the way it is for more than another year or two.
I just really hope it's not like no more
A
draft.
tournament or no more draft.
I mean,
I
that'd
think are,
probably
like,
be
the two
good for
worst
my
options.
teams, but like
It benefits big market teams.
it
a
would
lot,
like
but,
ruin the
yeah,
the sport.
yeah.
Like it would be
Well, another thing that also might happen, this is like kind of a side note, but a lot of teams in the league might get shaken up by an expansion draft potentially in the next few years.
Yeah,
So maybe they pick that year where you just like totally shake up the league, shake up the draft system, and have an expansion draft at the same time.
Another topic, yeah. So there's been a lot of buzz that this summer there's going to be like a vote for the NBA governors on whether or not to have a league expansion. Adding the two most likely teams the two most likely places that would get a team would be Seattle and Vegas. Probably you would bring back the Supersonics and have like Vegas Cards, Vegas Aces, whatever.
Well,
Vegas
the
table.
Aces are the WNBA team.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
true.
That's probably like a copy.
Vegas Rollers, I saw that somewhere.
Vegas roll. Yeah, wait. I don't
That
know.
could be good.
I don't know. I
yeah.
like rollers, or like high rollers.
Do you make
maybe,
it something
like that.
gambling related though?
Yeah, that's
like
the-
you're really not beating the gambling allegations. in
Yeah,
that.
no. Like when you
Yeah.
have honestly, the putting a team in
DraftKings,
Vegas at
Las
all
Vegas.
when you have like all of these gambling issues going on in the league. For those who don't remember, I mean, at the beginning of the season, we had active players and coaches in the league get arrested for
Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups was the
Terry
Blazers
Rozier.
head coach, arrested, currently like awaiting trial for gambling issues. Terry Rozier, player, arrested as well. I mean, so
But it's definitely going to be Vegas.
it's
though.
going to be
It would
Vegas
make crazy money.
That's where the money is, and at the end of the day, it is a business, and they want to make money. But like, how you can't turn around, you can't complain about players and coaches and people associated with the league, and in general, people having gambling issues, when you're going to put a team in Vegas, and I mean, you can't go 5 seconds without seeing a gambling ad on ESPN or any of these
It's literally
services.
the home market teams channels are like called FanDuel Sports Network.
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
Like,
so it is, I think, very hypocritical from the league. And again, I get their business, but it's like they're just raking in the money from these gambling companies, and so
yeah, but it's probably gonna end
it's
up
going to
being
be
that,
Vegas.
but Seattle and Vegas probably.
Yeah,
It would be really interesting though. Definitely, it would shake up the league a lot.
Yeah.
You have to move a team from the west to the east.
yeah. So
we
the
were talking
three-
about who would
yeah,
be most
so the
likely.
three geographical, the NBA. For those who don't know, it is the West and East are the West and the East. It's pretty just like there's a line straight down the center of the country that splits the West and the East. The three closest teams to the East that they would have to move if they added two Western Conference teams, they'd have to move one, are the New Orleans Pelicans, the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Grizzlies and the Pelicans are bad. I mean, they're bad teams.
They're both tanking. now. Or the Pelicans
The
think they have a
Pelicans are
playoff
claiming
roster.
they have a contending roster.
And maybe if
I
they
mean,
moved to the East, they would. East,
Honestly, maybe.
historically weak conference.
yeah. So, I think the Timberwolves are a good team. They're a playoff contender every
they
year.
should be a top 3 seed
Yeah. So
without the absurdly
Yeah.
stacked West.
I think you might, for parity, although technically I think they are the farthest west of the three, but it's a minute difference. I think you have to move the Timberwolves to
Yeah,
the East for parity.
most definitely.
And I mean, I think they instantly shoot up to a top 6 easy seed in the East.
Well,
top six.
maybe top 4
Like, I think, yeah.
even because right now they're the 6th seed, but
Yeah.
I think they could easily better
When you
than
think
the
about the
Knicks.
other teams in the East,
Are they
like,
better than the Celtics?
I-
Definitely better than the Celtics.
I think, are they better than the Cavs? Maybe not with Harden. We need to see how Harden works out.
the
for
Cavs have been pretty good
Yeah.
since the Harden trade.
I
but
might take the Knicks over them too. Still, they're better than the Sixers.
better than the Raptors.
Better than the Raptors.
Definitely.
Better than the Pistons. I don't think so.
Well, no,
Yeah.
definitely no. The Pistons, yeah, they're the first seed by far, but
yeah. So that'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on this summer. What they decide. Vegas is for sure getting one just because of the money. And if Seattle doesn't get one, I think it's like
definitely shameful.
shame. I mean, Seattle, like, you have the mayor like openly calling for like a team. This was like maybe a year ago. He like walked out to a press conference holding a basketball, and everyone thought like, oh, he's going to announce the Supersonics are coming back, and they were super disappointed when it wasn't. But I mean, the city wants and deserves one, I think.
Yeah.
But what are some other cities you think might be able to, if Seattle doesn't?
I saw Mexico City, some Mexico City Jaguars.
That's like an
Expand
NBA
south of the
2K,
border.
like create your own team type of situation.
San
there.
Diego.
Um,
San Diego. There's
I
already
think-
like 4
I think
teams
SoCal
in
is
LA,
too stacked with
or
teams
in
already.
California.
I think if San Diego were to get one, you move an LA team.
Where else
Oh, but
would
they- yeah, I
need a
don't know.
team? I don't know.
Like it.
Already got Oregon.
Well, maybe some teams move too. Like with San Diego, you're not going to move either team from LA because the Clippers obviously just built their massive, very nice new stadium.
Yeah, no.
So they're not going to want to move.
Warriors.
You
no.
can't move the Lakers from LA.
Oh, you know what? The Kings.
That's
could,
what I was
yeah.
getting at. I
Kings
think the
are a
Sacramento
poverty
Kings
franchise
could be.
now.
Because, like, if we're being for real, why does Sacramento, California have a team? Like, it's the state capital, but, like, who goes to Sacramento,
Yeah.
California, you know? Like, San Diego,
I mean,
think
the
they
Kings
could
are
move the
literally
Kings.
selling
Yeah.
tickets in Costco now.
I think
They're
lots of
selling,
teams do that, though. I've
but
seen
they're
other
selling
teams do that.
bundles, like 2 tickets for like $60. Like,
If I were at Costco and I saw that, I'd be like, you know what? I want to go to a game.
but
I
that's
think
how
it's a good
desperate
marketing
it
move.
is.
But yeah, they're a pretty poverty franchise. So maybe you move the Kings down to SoCal. Memphis,
Or different, maybe.
Memphis is another team that could potentially get a move, honestly, because
Do they move like back to Canada? That'd be
I think
crazy.
Canada's set with just Toronto, to be
Okay.
honest. I don't know if you move another. And there's been some like issues with having international teams in the past too. Like remember Kyrie Irving couldn't play in Canada because he didn't want to get a vaccine or something, you know. So I think generally avoiding international for the NBA is better. But like maybe Memphis moves to, I don't know,
Midwest gets another team.
like St. Louis.
I mean, there's no one there though. Like
Didn't-
Idaho, who's going to basketball games
Yeah.
in Idaho?
Didn't St. Louis used to have a team? Am I crazy? Wasn't it like the St. Louis Hawks or something? Or am I like completely hallucinating this before they moved to Atlanta?
You might be hallucinating.
I might be completely hallucinating this.
Oh, you know, you're right. St. Louis Hawks in 1955.
Oh, okay. I didn't think
To
it was that far back.
1968, yeah.
Yeah, but God, I didn't think. I thought they were there later.
Memphis
than 68,
or
but yeah.
St. Louis Grizzlies.
Like I think maybe like they keep the same because St. Louis isn't that far from Memphis. Like you keep the same kind of general vicinity. I think in Memphis, they
St. Louis Kings.
honestly,
If it gets really bad.
I just think like you maybe want to keep teams in the same kind of area.
Yeah.
Just to like keep existing fan bases somewhat tied in. Although obviously like, you know, San Diego and Sacramento are like wildly different parts of California. But
Do you think New Jersey could get a team?
do we move the Nets back to New Jersey? Although don't they have a new
Barclays.
stadium?
Yeah, Barclays is
Barclays.
relatively new. I don't think they
Um,
do, but
I don't really know why. Like I'm
They
sure
moved to Brooklyn.
there's reasons for it, but like the fact that they moved in the first place is kind of
yeah,
strange.
especially with the Knicks being
yeah, like
so like beloved.
dominant in the New York market. I don't think any of the Florida teams want to move.
Nah.
They're all pretty set. I
feel like it'll probably just be
it's going to be one of
Seattle,
these
Vegas.
like awful, like, you know, just consistently bad year after year teams.
If
That'll-
if so, yeah.
If so, yeah.
It'll most likely be what we talked about first: Seattle,
Yeah.
Vegas, and then I think T-Wolves to
T-Wolves to the
the
east,
East.
I think.
Yeah,
And then I wouldn't be surprised if we get some teams moving around other than that, just like existing teams
Yeah.
moving just because of, I mean, you know, sports see it all the time where teams move around because of things. But yeah. I mean, it's been a pretty slow week other than
yeah.
the
All-Star
game
break.
and
Basketball returns Thursday though.
Yeah.
and it's gonna be probably the most hectic time.
Yeah.
Just fighting for seeding wise.
Yeah, post All-Star break is like the most important part of the year because like not that games don't always matter, but like they really start to
Matter
matter
now.
now. Like I
And
know
it's a really close race
Yeah.
in the East and in the West. After last show, now the Cavs are really close to overtaking the Knicks or the Celtics. Cavs are only 2 games behind the Celtics in losses. Raptors are pretty close. Sixers are pretty close also. I mean, the Cavs have been... I watched a couple of their games since Harden came back, and they've been really good with Harden, with his playmaking, but... that's all we have for you today, folks. Thank you for listening to Courtside. We will be back next Monday.
Yep, next Monday at noon every day. And thank you guys so much for listening. And
Thank you.
His name is LeBron James, and he plays for LA. It would feel so good and make a big difference if I could see him play. As I go to my living room, don't know what I'ma do if I hear he ain't gon' play. 'Cause I made a bet or two that he's gonna shoot 10 threes, get 10 rees, and then the Lakers ain't gonna lose. And they got Luka, Don, A-Reeves, and then LeBron, the real big three. They gave up AD because they needed change. say his name, yeah.
You're listening to 91.5 WMFO Medford. Thanks so much to the Courtside guys. Coming up next, we've got Strictly Haystack with DJ Todd Bananas. If nobody's read you a PSA in a little while, here we go. Looking for some sweet, great tasting snacks that are also healthy for you? Try eating fresh fruits. A is for apricots. B is for black cherries. C is for cantaloupe. These days, many grocery stores have more kinds of fresh fruit than are letters in the alphabet. The edible skin of fruits like apples can be a terrific source of healthy, cancer-fighting dietary fiber, while others like bananas come in convenient, ready-to-peel natural packages, so you don't even need to wash your hands to eat them. Plus, their wrapping is completely compostable. So, if you're looking for a sweet, tasty, healthy treat, remember, eating pretty much any kind of fruit is going to be better for you than candy or processed snacks. That's a public service announcement from WMFO Medford.